and welcome to day 11 of our 12 days of Christmas here on Wandering Wild. Today, we're going to be talking about the 11 pipers piping. Now, as the last couple days have been, the pipers were playing instruments, but we're going to talk about piping plovers. Now, the piping plover is a small sand-covered, sparrow-sized shorebird that nests along sand and gravel beaches in North America. Now, the adults have yellow legs and an orange beak with a black tip, as well as a black band going across the forehead from eye to eye and one going across the chest. Now, really the only way to distinguish between males and females is that in breeding males, the black band across the chest is slightly thicker. Now, while standing still, it's very difficult to see this little bird because it camouflages into its environment extremely well. However, when it's running along the shore in little short bursts and stops, as it tends to do, it's much easier to see. These birds migrate from as north as Newfoundland to as far south as the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. Now, unfortunately, the piping plover is globally threatened and endangered. And this is mostly due to the fact that during the 19th century, the feathers of the piping plover, along with many other birds, were used in women's hats called plumes, and they were a sign of wealth. And so when this practice was very popular, the birds rapidly started to decline. However, the Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918 allowed them to boost their numbers through the 1930s. However, there's a more recent population decline that's due to the development and habitation happening along the coast since the end of World War II. As people move to the coast and build houses and hotels and things like that, it starts to degrade the habitat that these piping plovers need to breed and just to live. So initiatives have been started, and now many breeding areas are protected, and so you can't build on those beaches and you really can't even walk on the sand dunes. So the piping plovers are starting to get some momentum and they're coming back. But at one point on the Great Lakes, the piping plover population was only at 2 dozen. So just be aware when you go to the beach that not only are you visiting, but it's also someone's home. And so be careful of their beaches and let's keep them safe and clean. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning all about the piping plover here today on the 12 days of Christmas. As always, my sources are in the description box below. And if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And as always, stay wild and never stop wondering.